Now turn to Section 3. Section 3. You will hear two students giving a presentation to a seminar group at their university. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 26. Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 26.
Good morning all. Glad to see you're all on time today. This morning we're going to hear Jamie and Rebecca give their presentation on some aspect of demographics. They've talked to me about it a bit while researching it, but I don't want to give the game away, so I'll hand straight over to them.
Hi everyone. As Dr. Rees said, Rebecca and I are going to give our demographics presentation. Both Rebecca and I also study languages, so we decided to look at the world's different languages and the ones that are the most important, both now and in the future. Rebecca's going to start off.
Okay everyone, who knows what the world's most spoken language is?
I thought it was English, isn't it?
Well, it's an ambiguous question. If you just look at how many individual speakers there are around the world, then the answer is Mandarin Chinese, with 836 million speakers. English was second until a few years ago, but it has since been overtaken by Hindi, with 333 million speakers, and Spanish, with 332 million speakers. Now English is after Spanish, with 322 million speakers.
Oh yes, South America. I didn't think of that.
Yes, it's easy to forget. You can look at Rebecca's question, though, in a different way if you look at the number of countries that use English. English is a massive 115, ahead of French, Arabic and Spanish, with 35, 24 and 20 countries respectively.
English has different statuses around the world. Core countries are where English has a full official status, like England, the US and Australia. In outer core countries, English has some official status, as in India, and then there are fringe countries, such as Japan and the UAE, where it's used a lot in business and tourism.
A more important list is the world's most influential languages. This was compiled by weighing 6 factors, which were the number of primary speakers, the number of secondary speakers, the number and population of the countries where the languages are used, the number of major fields using the language internationally, the economic power of countries using the languages, and socio-literary prestige.
And the list shows the following in order of the most influential: English, French, Spanish, Russian, Arabic, Chinese, German, Japanese, Portuguese and Hindi.
You now have some time to look at questions 27 to 30. Now listen to the rest of the presentation and answer questions 27 to 30.
How up to date are these figures?
Fairly. They came out just last year, but the picture is changing very rapidly in terms of influential languages. There are certain large countries which are about to emerge on the world stage, and their economies are starting to influence the world balance of power.
The largest countries that for various reasons are beginning to shift world economic power are China, Russia, India and Brazil. The sizes of the populations, along with the cheap labour and raw material prices which are available in these countries, are causing this shift. As a result, every year the demand for people knowing the languages of these countries is growing enormously.
In addition, the demand for teachers and English language training is also enormously increasing. Western teachers are going to the countries and their nationals are coming over here. As well as business, the education sector is getting a huge boost from the opening up of these economies.
So, will China be the major powerhouse, as everyone says?
Definitely, but maybe not the biggest. Many experts predict that India's population will soon surpass China's. Bangladesh's population could too. It all points to world economic power being held in Asia, though.
English will probably remain important, though. Chinese is difficult to learn, and English also has some official status in India. English is easy to learn and has the advantage, for better or worse, of being the language that everyone wants to learn. That won't change in a hurry.
How many people learn English then?
The number of spoken languages nowadays is estimated between 2,500 and 7,000. Out of all these languages, the numbers of those actually studied by non-native speakers is tiny. There are no official records of numbers studying English worldwide, but today you can safely say that there are not many countries with a structured program of education where English is not taught. It will take a long time for this habit to be broken. At the moment, it's getting stronger.
That is the end of section 3. You will now have half a minute to check your answers.